Hey everybody, this is PJ Riley from Competition Archery Media out here at the Easton Hoyt Pro-Am, Camp Minden, Louisiana. And we are out here on Sunday. This is what we call Amateur Sunday because everybody out here is an amateur archer. This is the lifeblood of the ASA. We spend a lot of time with the pros because they are the pros, but numbers-wise, it's the amateurs that make the ASA go round. And the course that we're out here today, this is semi-pro. So this is an amateur class. This is the class right below Open Pro. What's interesting is semi-pro is an open class, meaning it is open to male or female. And in semi-pro, you shoot out to a maximum 50 yards. On the women's unknown side, the maximum that they get to in the unknown game is open 45, so they don't have that 50-yard max before jumping into women's pros. And why am I telling you all that? Because we got a special archer we want to tell you about before we talk to some others as well in the semi-pro class on this week's episode of Meet the ASA, sponsored by PSE. All right, so here once again with semi-pro, and we're here with Graceland Chambers. And now, Graceland, this is an open class, but everybody in it is a guy except for you. How come you chose to come out here and shoot semi-pro?
Well, for me, it was a lot of just making the decision to shoot unknown. Due to certain circumstances this year, I just didn't feel like it was my time to shoot the women's pro. I've been wanting to switch to unknown for a while, and like I said, just due to circumstances, it wasn't right. So I was like, I'll shoot semi-pro.
So you have shot ASA for a while, and you've shot all known distance until now. Why make that switch to unknown? Usually we see people going the other way, not that way.
Yeah, I just wanted to try something different just to see if I liked it any better, if I liked the unknown game better, and I can safely say I enjoy it a lot more. A lot more fun, just so many more components to learn and perfect instead of just known where you just kind of just do your thing. But now it's having to pay attention to all those small details.
Yeah. And so judging, is that something that you're working on separate from your archery at home? How are you doing to get better at that?
Right now, just working on targets, taking notes, judging anything I possibly can, because this has been a whole new learning curve for me. So it's been something completely different, and I'm excited to keep going forward with it.
3 tournaments in now, halfway through this season. What's your assessment of this game and how you feel you're progressing in it?
I feel like I'm progressing well. Each time I shoot, I learn something new. Keep tinkering with my setup, which has been a big game changer. Thank you to the people who have helped me, because otherwise I would not be shooting as well as what I am. So that's been a huge help too, just learning different people's setups and how they judge and how they set up their equipment to how they judge. I mean, just all those little things come into play when you start shooting unknown.
All right, so tell us about what you do and where you're from away from archery. You're from North Carolina, South Carolina?
North Carolina, yeah.
And what do you do when you're not shooting your bow? Are you in school?
Yeah, currently I'm in school. So trying to balance school and archery is kind of tough sometimes, but we make it work. I make it work.
Where do you go to school and what level are you at?
Right now I'm just doing college online, so I can continue to keep up my practice sessions and continue to be the best that I can at this.
All right, well, Graceland, it's great to see you out here. And I guess we should mention that on the women's unknown side, there is no amateur class that shoots 50 yards.
No, there is not. And I want to encourage women to shoot this class. I really think that it's a great class, and I don't want women to feel like they can't shoot it just because it's labeled as a men's class.
Great. That's a great attitude, Graceland. We appreciate your time, and good luck with the rest of your weekend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, continuing on with Semi-Pro, we're here with Tyler Terry. And Tyler, where are you coming from this weekend?
Normally Central Texas. We just moved to Eastern Arizona.
Oh, okay, a little bit farther away.
Yes, sir.
So tell us at first how long you've been shooting ASA, and we were talking earlier about your split. Give me your ASA history.
So I used to shoot it a bunch when I was younger. So before kiddos and owning our own business and stuff like that, you know, from 2007 to 2012, I shot it quite a bit. Kind of a mix between early on it was unknown, and then, you know, towards the end of the year I shot, you know, K50, stuff like that. And then my kiddos got back into it pretty hard and heavy last year. So I took that break from 2012 to last year. You know, I may have shot one or two here and there. But we, you know, and last year was my first year to shoot all of them. So we went to every one of the ASAs and all that stuff. So it was a lot of fun. And my kiddos are doing amazing. So, and we work, you know, we have a string business, and we are opening a new shop in Arizona. So, you know, we're kind of part of the community anyways. So, you know, we love to come, and it's been fun. And this year I made the decision to come and judge yardage this year again. And I've been shooting my bow really good and judging poor. Poor at best, maybe.
You know, there's a lot of people out there who feel the struggle.
Oh, yeah. And it's across the board. You know, there's really a lot of these guys up here, they're super good shots, right? So it really comes down to playing the game, and the unknown deal is such a strategy that I haven't learned yet. I'm so used to being able to just know the yardage and hold right on what I want to shoot and shoot it, and it's hard for me to not do that, right? So, you know, I aim at stuff that I probably shouldn't, but, you know, sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't, you know, so.
Well, first off, what's the name of your business and your shop?
We're Terry-Built Original Archery Design is the string company. Everybody calls it Toad. It's like the toad frog you see on Facebook. And then, but the shop will be Winterhawk Outfitters. We'll be in Eastern Arizona and Safford, Arizona. So it's and we're just getting that started. So we're hoping to be open by like June 1st. But the string stuff we've been doing for a long time. And it's fun, man. We got, you know, there's a handful of folks out here that use our stuff, and it's always nice to see people like, hey, man, everything's working great. It makes you feel good.
Yeah. So Semi-Pro, and coming back, you just decided to jump right into the deep end.
Yeah. You know, I like, if I'm going to get beat, I want to get beat by the best guys out there. You know what I mean? But if I do win, then I want to feel good about it. And you know, I feel known yardage, I could shoot. I shoot pretty well known yardage, right? Yeah. But you know, I really enjoy the guys on this range, man. Really good people, and I have a lot of fun. And even when I'm struggling judging, I still enjoy my rounds. You know what I mean? And it's now I got something to blame it on. Man, I shot my bow great, but
that's what I like. I love that excuse. Now tell us about the kids, because you said they're like winning everything in sight.
Man, so my 10-year-old is Brody, and he shoots Eagle Open. And every Pro-Am he's ever been to, he's podiumed except for one. And he got fourth, and that was by bonus ring. So he ate him up. He was like, man, I got to shoot more. He's real steady Eddie, you know. He doesn't shoot eights, really. If he shoots an 8 in a round, that's pretty rare, right? Yeah. So, and then I've got a 14-year-old that shoots, and he's podiumed at a few of them. And my 17-year-old that shoots as a young adult pins, and he's podiumed, you know, this year already. And I've got a daughter. We got 7 kiddos, man. So, and I've got an 11-year-old daughter that she got 4th yesterday and misset her sight, and she was kind of eat up. That would have put her on the podium if she'd have made a good shot there without missetting her sight. But you know, so we got a lot of kiddos that shoot, and they all do really good. So, you know, we keep.
So tell me, just touch briefly on that. So one of the things that we hear about ASA compared to other things, not that others are bad or anything, but one of the things that people we hear like about the ASA is the family atmosphere.
Absolutely. Archery has been that for us. You know, we did a little bit of archery, and I had some kiddos that like bass fished in school, but it was always one of those things that we kind of had to, baseball was big. We were a huge baseball family. And it got to the point where we had to like make the kiddos go do that stuff, and we're like, guys, we need you to do, what are you going to put the most effort into? And it come down to like, we don't have to ask them to shoot their bow. And if it was like, we're going to go to a baseball tournament or we're going to go to a bow tournament, it was a bow tournament. So it's like, all right, so they've been all in on this. And the cool part about there's like, you know, and I've talked to people about it before, there's not like an archery stereotype, right? Like you see somebody like, oh man, I bet that's a football player or something, right? Yeah. But archery, if you want to shoot a bow, you can shoot a bow. You know what I mean? And it's all inclusive. And, you know, our entire family does it, even down to our little 3-year-old. We've got, you know, he loves it. And it's one of those things to where That's what makes it so cool. Anybody and everybody wants to come out. You can participate. You can shoot your bow. You know, you can do it at your house. Mom, grandma, grandpa, brothers, sisters, everybody, you know.
That's awesome. Well, I should ask you, how is your round going this weekend?
I've shot my bow really good. I have judged poorly. You know, I shot a GPO, and I hit 9 of the 10. I had 9 12s and 1 8. So I shot my bow good. I just haven't judged very good.
All right, well, we hope it improves for you the rest of the round here.
Awesome. Thanks, BJ.
All right, so we're here, semi-pro range with Jason Baker from South Carolina. Jason, give me your history, ASA, how long you've been shooting, your highlights.
I've been shooting for since I was 4 years old. I'm 43, so pretty good while. And in 3D archery is where I growed up in. Started getting into the indoor side of it here the last couple of years. Come to y'all shoot, it was great this year to elevate my game a little bit. But ASA, I've been in and out of the sport for about 16 years.
Okay.
So shot my way up through the rankings to semi. And when I first started out, I had people talk me into moving up without shooting up, which was a mistake. I recommend working your way through to learn the ropes. And yeah, it's hard to jump from a 40-yard class to a semi-pro class, and it's an eye-opener. But yeah,
Good advice there.
yeah, exactly.
So you mentioned that you won back-to-back Shooter of the Year when they had Open A, and then they changed it to Open 45.
Well, it was Open B. I won it 2 years ago, and then they took away Open A last year and merged it to semi and so they give me the option to stand back or all of us, not just me. But so I elected to stay back and shoot another year in the 45-yard class and won it 2 years in a row.
So you're jumping up into semi-pro. Is it your hope to get to the pro class?
It was when I was younger, and it still is, but I'm getting a little age. My eyesight's not as good. So senior pro, yeah, I'm looking at that, kind of tone it down a little bit. Like shoot some with Dan and them guys before I go into senior pro. I got a few years left.
What do you do for a living away from archery?
Flooring work. Been doing
Okay.
it for 26 years by myself on my own company, small company, so tile and hardwood.
Nice. And so archery, how does that fit in? You know, I'm sure especially now you're super busy. When do you get to practice?
Whenever time allows. Wintertime seems like it slows down, so I get a lot of practice. The reason I'm shifting to indoor. But I try to shoot a little bit every day. And yeah, so.
So in flooring, you've been competing here for a long time. What keeps you coming back?
I just love the people. I grew up hunting. All my family on both sides hunt, shot bows. It's just been a passion of mine since a little kid, 4 years old. So still chasing a dream, but ain't made it there yet. So.
That's awesome. Well, Jason, I should ask you, how's your weekend going?
It's going okay. A little bit yardage is struggling a little bit this weekend, so but we're hanging in there.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, Jason. Good luck with the rest of your round.
Thank you.